Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Corinne. Today you signed on for 5 bad habits that are standing in the way of you and your ideal body. This is such a great topic. I could talk about this for hours, but I narrowed it down to my top 5 that I have noticed have either stopped me from losing weight and have also been the biggest challenge for my clients. So without further ado, number 1 is lack of food preparation. This is so huge. You cannot do anything in life without being prepared. When we go to school, we study for tests. When we go to work, we make sure we come to work finishing those projects. It's the same thing with this. If you would like to lose weight, if this is your goal, you need to be prepared. Coming home after a 10-hour workday, most of us aren't going to then make a gourmet meal or, cut up a salad or go grill some vegetables and salmon. Most of us are exhausted. I would be exhausted. So for me, when I speak to clients, I tell them one of the biggest tips, and I do this for myself, is I plan to execute 3 different things. Number 1 is what am I eating for the week ahead. Number 2 is food shopping for it. And number 3 is actually making the meals. You can do all 3 at the same time. You can break it down into days depending on your schedule, but see what works for you. Play around with it. But make sure that you have a game plan for what you're eating, when you're eating it, so you're never left starving, exhausted, and then you just grab for the chips and ice cream. Okay, so number 2 is being realistic about where you're at and where you want to be. This is so huge because if you've been to the gym in 6 months to a year, making a game plan to go every morning at 5 a.m. for 6 days in a row, I can tell you from experience of working with clients as well as watching people's New Year's resolutions every January, it doesn't last. And we want something that's going to last. You want to lose weight, we need to make this sustainable. We need to make it something that you're going to institute and put into your life day in and day out. This isn't a quick fix. This isn't just for a month or 2. So start small. If you haven't been to the gym in 6 months to a year, make a plan to go twice a week, 20 minutes. You can do that. You can totally do that. If you're currently at the gym 2 times a week and for 20 minutes, then let's up it. Add in that 3rd day. Save for 40 minutes. Get a really heart-pumping workout in. And keep adding from there. When you feel like you've got that under your belt and you want to still make changes, then you can see where you're at and see where you can go. So, number 3, do not wait until you're famished. This is such a big one. I mean, they're all great. But this one I've done so many times. I will go to, food shopping. I'll start my cooking. I'll go to a dinner party. I will, do all these events, and I am borderline starving to death. And then by the time I get there, I'm actually starving. And the next thing I know, I've opened up a bag of chips, or I've started eating all the hors d'oeuvres, or, I've had 20 blocks of cheese, whatever it is. And the next thing I know, I've eaten about 2,000 calories in just finger foods, and I'm not really satisfied, and then I feel just icky, and then I'm still eating dinner. It's not a good combination. So, the thing that I've done that's really helped with this is I always like to have a little bar. I love Quest bars, love them to death. Some people don't like them, so you find what works for you. But the point is that these bars are 160 calories a bar. It's such a great thing to have in my purse for if I'm in a bind. And it just kind of tides you over until you can get to your destination. Okay, so number 4 is put yourself on a 2-drink max. And when I say drink, I mean alcoholic. I love wine. Everybody who knows me knows that I love wine. This was a hard one for me because I could just definitely have a couple glasses. But I noticed that when I have a couple glasses, it does 3 things. The first thing is I'm drinking all my calories. My pants weren't fitting. Then I'm getting frustrated. And then I'm like, screw it. So nobody wants that feeling. The second thing I noticed once I've had a couple glasses is that the next day I don't feel so hot. So then I'm possibly missing my gym session the next day. The third thing, and this has been the biggest thing I've noticed, when I have more than a couple of drinks, especially let's say I'm at a dinner party, I start having more hors d'oeuvres. I have a couple bites extra of this. I'm out to eat. The bread basket's there. I love bread. And then at the end of the meal, I'm usually having dessert, and I don't eat a lot of dessert. So, it lowers your inhibitions. All of a sudden you feel, really great and really skinny, but the problem is the next day you wake up and you're like, oh crap, I shouldn't have eaten that. So these are all things that you want to keep in mind. It's not that you can never have a drink. It's just keep in mind when you are about to have an alcoholic beverage. I have also noticed if you combine it with some water or club soda, like I'll maybe have a glass of wine and then I'll have a glass of water. It definitely helps, slow things down for the evening. And then you always have like a drink in your hand, which is kind of nice. The last one, number 5, is watch the excuses. Listen, I get it. Everybody has hectic lives. Between being married, possibly having children, our lives are so busy, go. It is so easy to let the time slip by like that, and you're not taking care of you. Make it a point. Make sure you get to the gym. Make sure you set a schedule with yourself. If you're making a promise, you want to make that commitment that you work out 3 times a week for 20, 30 minutes, make sure you stick to those specific days. Do not let anything else factor into that. Pretend like it's a business meeting. You can't miss it. Your boss will fire you. So make this the same thing, that you have to be there at X date at X time. And then you can gradually increase from there. The same thing goes with the food. Be prepared. It goes back to number 1. Don't let your excuse be that I was so hungry, or I was so tired, I didn't have time to make anything, or, don't let those excuses happen, because there will always be excuses. Be realistic about where you are at and what you can currently do in your life, and let all these things, number 1 through 5, play a factor in building a healthier you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, feel free to email me directly at kbracis@gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you.